Hello everyone. Today, I Ritesh and my friends Suryansh and Anand are going to explain the virtual memory concept in SolarSys. So let's start. What is virtual memory? Virtual memory is a type of memory that is temporary and volatile in the storage disk. So why do we have a virtual memory system? It provides a data abstraction that user does not know how the memory hardware is arranged. It also provides a continuous range of addresses regardless whether there are fragmentation in the physical memory. It allows the process to have larger memory size than the available physical storage, and it also has a larger secondary storage disk as a backing store. Functions of the virtual memory. It is responsible for mapping the virtual addresses to physical addresses. It performs the swapping of memory between the primary and secondary storage to optimize the performance of the system. It also handles the management of shared images between multiple users and processes. Basically, let's say you are having a process which requires a 40 MB of memory, but our main memory is only consisting of 30 MB space. So what we will do, we will divide it into the pages, and we will move some pages to execute. Then we will swap out that executed pages, and then again we will swap in some pages that are to be executed. So how this cycle goes on, and this is the main function of the virtual memory. So what is different about virtual memory sources? There are some important objects. The physical memory is divided into fixed chunks called pages, and default size is 8 KB. The program is the collection of segments. There is a virtual file object called vnode. SolarSys implement a multi-level page table to map page sizes pieces of the virtual memory to physical memory pages. So here we have a process. It is in the continuous form. It is divided further into the virtual memory segments, which are further divided into virtual pages of the virtual memory. And here we have the pages of the actual memory. So it is our MMU unit which maps the virtual pages to the physical pages. It is also known as the page tables. So virtual memory layers in SolarSys. Address First layer is the address space management layer. The segment device driver maps segments of the program into multiple page size block of virtual memory. It is mainly the layer consisting of several type of segments depending on the processes. Hardware address translation layer, which is also known as HAT layer. Hardware converts the virtual addresses to physical addresses, that it maps the virtual block of memory to pages. There is a different HAT implementation for every memory management type. Like as the technology go on, so SolarSys HAT layer implementation also changes by its version. So this is the main scheme. The address space management layer, it contains several segments: kernel memory segment, file cache memory segment, process memory segment. This is our HAT layer, which consists of several processes, and each process has its own MMU unit, that is the page table. So on top of all of it, we have a global page replacement manager, which is a page scanner, which is responsible for swapping in and swapping out of pages.
Now, I Suryansh Singh will be carrying forward. Let's start with virtual address spaces. Virtual address space of a process is a range of memory address that is allocated to the process. A process's virtual space skeleton is created by kernel, and its layout within a process is set up by dynamic linker. It's kernel's responsibility to allocate virtual memory to the processes. And in Solaris, we use dynamic linking. There are two types of linkings, dynamic linking and static linking. In static linking, we embed the library functions in our code itself, whereas in dynamic linking, we use pointers called stubs, which point to the library functions in the main memory. It is not necessary that all the virtual address space of memory of process is mapped. This allows us to have virtual address space much larger than physical address space, and we have discussed page faults in the coming slides. Process virtual address space. Each process has at least 4 segments. Executable text, it is the program code and is given read-only permission. Executable data, it contains global variables and macros. This segment has read-write permission. Heap space, it is the dynamic memory allocated by malloc function at the process runtime and is given read-write permission. Process stack, it contains the temporary data like local variables and has read-write permission. As in the previous slide, we have discussed about read-write permissions. These are nothing but the protection modes. Processes are divided into segments so that different parts of the address space can be treated differently. Protection modes are performed using the virtual memory protection capabilities of the MMU. MMU is the memory management unit. It is a hardware unit. The MMU has the following protection modes. Read, the mapping is allowed to be read from. Write, the mapping is allowed to be written to, that is, can be changed. Executable, the mapping is allowed to have binary codes which can be executed by the processor. Errors in virtual memory management. The situation when memory access needs intervention of kernel is called page fault. This situation arises when MMU raises errors and kernel needs to intervene to solve these errors. There are three types of page faults. Page protection fault, when a program tries to access a memory which is not permitted to it. Minor page fault, it happens in the case of shared memory when two or more processes share a memory and one process wants to write or make change in it. Major page fault, when a process attempts to access a virtual memory location which is not mapped to a page in main memory. This situation can arise in Solaris because Solaris has a demand paged virtual memory system. That means a page is only brought into main memory when it is required, not prior to it. Solving these errors, page protection fault cannot be solved in the first place because it does not have the permissions. Minor page fault, Solaris follows copy on write policy, which allows parent and child processes to initially share the same pages in memory. Then, if any of the processes want to modify the shared pages, then only the page is copied. Major page fault, Solaris does swapping of pages, that is, a free page is made available. Either it exists or a page is swapped out to create a free page and required page is swapped in. The swapped out page is known as victim. The victim selection policy will be discussed by my friend Anand Shankar.
As the final topic of our presentation, we will be discussing the page scanner. To prevent the entire memory from getting filled, we need to perform swapping in order to make the space for new memory items. The victim selection for this swapping is done using the page scanner. So page scanner is a kernel thread that gets awakened when the total amount of free memory in the system falls below a certain threshold, which is generally 1 by 64th of the total physical memory. The page scanner scans through the pages and finds the pages that are not recently used and swaps those pages out. The usage of pages is tracked using two bits, the reference and the modified bit, which checks if the page has been referenced or modified from the last time the bits were cleared. The victim selection process is done using the two-handed clock algorithm. The two-handed clock algorithm is an approximation of the LRU algorithm in which every page is viewed as a circular list where the last page wraps around the first page. There are two arms, and the first arm always stays ahead of the second arm, and both the arms rotate clockwise. The front hand clears the reference and modified bits as it moves through the pages. The back arm then checks the referenced and modified bits sometimes later and sees if they have been modified. If the referenced and modified bits have not been modified, then the page is swapped out. Otherwise, if the page is modified, then a request is made to the page out thread to schedule pages and the scanner continues. Page out algorithm parameters. So the distance between the front hand and the back hand is fixed by a boot time parameter known as hand spread pages, which is expressed in terms of pages and has a max value of 8192 pages. The page scanner gets awakened when the amount of free memory falls below lots free plus deficit. Lots free is 1 by 64th of the total memory and deficit is generally 0 or a few pages. The rate at which the pages are scanned is known as scan rate. The scan rate has a value of slow scan when the memory is below lots free and fast scan when it is below the min free threshold. So the increase is linear with the decrease in the memory left with us. Now we also look at the running frequency. It may be possible that we have run the page scanner, but still we haven't solved the issue of memory in our system. So we need to run the page scanner again and again at a certain frequency. So if the free memory is below cache free, then the scanner starts 4 times every second. However, if the issue is big and the memory falls below dash free, which is the minimum desired free memory at all times, then the scanner starts running once every clock cycle, and the frequency is such that the amount of free memory is never below the dash free value. This was the last topic of presentation. With this, we finish our presentation. Thank you.